Carly, this is Dan.
Hey, Dan, Alex Weinberger, how are you?
I'm well, Alex. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, I was thinking of putting a lift on my F250 2017.
Okay.
Could you answer a few questions for me?
If anybody can, it's me.
Hey, there you go. So I got a 2017 F250 Platinum diesel crew cab long bed.
Okay.
And I still want to, it's a work truck overall.
Platinum work truck, huh?
Yeah, that's it, man. I know it's kind of a paradox. I mean, look, I own a construction business. It's a rare time when I got to pick up some lumber and 2x4s or throw my tools in the back. I don't swing a hammer a lot, so it's not like I'm using this as a work
dude, I
truck.
feel you. It's awesome. I'm hearing more and more. A guy's calling me with 18 Super Duty. He goes, yeah, I bought a new ranch truck and blah blah blah. It's limited. I'm like, a limited ranch truck. Wow.
A $100,000 truck to crash around the ranch.
Yeah, why don't you go buy yourself a 96 Leaf Sprung truck to go bounce around your ranch? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Right,
but
I'm with you there. So here's what I got is I was at one point I was like, I'm just going to put a leveling kit on and call it a day. And then at another point I was like, I'm going to put 40s on it and rock it out. And I was like, maybe a good middle is like a 6-inch or something with 37s. It's a comfortable, but I like to make sure that when I do a lift, I don't really like the tire very much in the wheel well. I like to have a good separation so it looks lifted and it doesn't feel like the tire's taking up 60% of the wheel well and it's rubbing and stuff like that. So based on what I'm talking about, what suspension system would you recommend? And also I want to utilize and either keep my ride the same or make it better, but I definitely do not want to make it worse.
Truck on-road all the time, or is it off-road sometimes? If it's a construction site truck and stuff like that, I mean, you just puttering around off-road?
Yeah, puttering around on like a trail, I guess you could call it off-road, but I'm not off-roading in the truck in Glamis or something like that. So it's mainly a street beast with going off-road on a job site, and that's about it.
I would tell you, number one, we only make up to a 4.5-inch lift height. We don't go to 6. These new trucks are massive. And that being said, guys are doing 40s with our 4.5-inch kit. So to go to a 6-inch with a 37 would look goofy. These trucks are so big.
Gotcha.
So we're doing 37s on the 2.5-inch lifts. And honestly, we're doing 37s on the 4.5-inch lifts too, because like you, we really don't want stuffed tires where they rub on everything. So that's a good, comfortable tire size at the 4.5, as long as you run the right wheels to get basically zero trimming, rubbing anywhere.
Now, when you say right wheels, can I still have some wheels that stick out of the fenders a little bit and have that aggressive stance, or no? You're
not going to get into a wheel world with 37-inch tires that aren't aggressive. So if you're talking like a 22 by 12, then that sticks way out. If you're talking like a 20 by 10, absolutely, that'll be perfect. So we just finished a build on a 2018 F350. It happened to be a dually, but it doesn't matter because in the front they're the same. We removed the dually spacers to make it identical to yours, and we actually did a 22 by 11 with a 6-inch backspace with 37 13.5 tires on it. It didn't rub anywhere. Everything on that truck was absolutely perfect.
Oh, wonderful. That's awesome.
And it stuck out just enough to look really good. Like it turned out awesome.
Would you say it stuck out about a couple inches, or what would you say measurement-wise that it stuck out?
A couple inches. That's fair.
Okay, cool. So it didn't feel flush with the truck kind of a situation, though.
It's very, very, very hard to get flush with the truck with a 37. You're flat not going to get it. So we did like on our truck here, we have a 2017 quad cab short bed, and we did a 20 by 9.5 wheel, and we did a 37 13.5 tire on it, and it sticks out maybe 1.5 inches or so, maybe 2 inches, and that's with a zero offset, which is like a 5-inch backspace.
Okay. And then
Point being, you can get an aggressive stance without going, crazy.
Now, what separates, because, where I've always put on, I had a 2012 Dodge, lifted on 38s with an 8-inch BDS lift. All the all the trimmings that you can get to maximize out the lift. I had a 2016 Dodge 2500 Mega Cab lifted with an 8-inch BDS lift and 3-inch high-end billet coil spacer lift. So essentially 11-inch total with 40s at that point. Those were 15.5s. And then I was like, oh, that truck's just a little bit too big. And so at that point, my buddy who has a Dodge is like, hey, he has a 16 Dodge. He's like, I'm going to put a Carly lift on. I'm like, I've heard of Carly before. And so what separates you guys from like Icon or BDS compared to you? Like what?
Truthfully, everything, and that's the problem. It's like calling Ferrari and say what separates you guys from Hyundai, and it's not to imply that they're a budget lift or a bad lift. It's that we all have different concerns, and that is you come to our facility, you're only going to see Fords and Dodge heavy duty. It's all we focus on. Where these guys design lifts that may be decent quality, they pair shocks to it, it's done, and it goes out, and then they have all their trimmings. You could add second shocks. They're more aesthetic lifts and economy lifts than anything else for every truck. You could buy, a Frontier leveling kit from them, or you could buy an 11-inch kit for your Super Duty, which if they have that many product offerings, they're not spending that much time on each one. Where for us, we are all about the refinement. Number one, with like BDS, they only run Fox shocks because they own Fox shocks. Icon makes their own shocks. They only run Icon shocks. We know that nobody can make shocks better than Fox or King. So we run them each in their respective scenarios. Fox happens to be 2.0s. King happens to be 2.5. Then we custom tune everything to work together. So we remain at the forefront of every industry because we allow Deaver to make our leaf springs. They're the best over there. King and Fox to make our shocks. We do what we're really good at, and that is tune. We spend a lot of time putting together awesome packages, tuning them to work together, and then when you get our hard parts and you put them next to anybody else's, the price of our stuff starts to make a lot of sense. Where you've got a tubular 4-link from BDS, you look at our radius arm with the drop brackets, everything's internally gusseted. The arm itself is 3/16-inch clamshell steel with 1/4-inch internal gussets to go the entire length of it that are fully welded in-house here. Everything is local. That's the other big thing with us. All of our welders, we got 6 full-time, welders here. We've got local laser cut facilities, local powder coaters, local sandblasters. Even our box guy is local. We don't have, anything imported here. So it's all about product quality, product refinement, and just, giving you, I guess, the best kind of customer service, best kind of product, and, the best ride that we can.
I love it. So that's what I like to hear, and I'm big. Now, the other thing I'm big on is warranty, and I can tell you that the couple times a few little things went wrong on my BDS lift.
There's no hassle. Warranty becomes quite a hassle.
Right. And so I was curious, how is your guys' warranty when I call you guys and say, hey, this arm, for whatever reason, I drive it on the street, but they're starting to show a little crack at the weld, or there's something like this. How does all that come to be?
We have a lifetime replacement warranty on anything manufactured by Carly. So if you have a crack in a weld on an arm, I will replace that, no questions asked. And that's even if you're not the original purchaser. If there's a structural problem with a part like a cold weld that cracked or something, which, of the thousands of lift kits we've sold, I've maybe seen that once or twice. We'll absolutely take care of you. And that's published warranty. So the thing is, you call over here, someone answers the phone, we all know the product, we're not reading out of a tech support manual. You ask me about anything on these products, and I know it as well as anybody here. So the whole thing is we take care of our customers. It's the reason we have the reputation that we have, regardless of no fine print warranties, none of that stuff. We don't make any claims on stuff like that. Every situation is evaluated. So if you get into a collision and somebody busts your arm, obviously that's not covered by warranty. If you got a structural problem with a part, I will replace that, no questions asked.
And that's awesome. And so it seems like I am now going with the 4.5-inch lift, so we're there. Is there multiple versions of your 4.5-inch lift?
We got 4.5-inch lifts from $2,000 all the way to 10. So yeah, we've got, we have options based on different shock packages, different leaf spring options. Are you towing along with the truck?
I do tow a dump trailer sometimes, 14,000 pounds. I tow my aluminum trailer is only like 5,000 pounds with my Can-Am. And so, yeah, I'd say tow up to 20,000 pounds ish, but it's a common 90% of the time to tow under 10,000 pounds. That's the common.
And you're a King guy then?
That's it. That's all I put on all. Even with the BDS, said keep your fucking foxes, give me kink. That's all.
So that's the whole thing. So you take, say you want to build your motor, right? You do a big old turbo, injectors, fuel pump, transmission, get it all working bitchin', get a big old turbo on there. None of it makes any sense until you get somebody to tune it, right?
Right.
Same thing goes for suspension, where, if you take a BDS kit and then you just throw some OEM Kings on it, you've got valving that doesn't work with anything there. So yes, it's the best quality everything, but you're not getting anywhere near the ride that you could. So on our Kings, King is just the house that we choose to furnish. The pistons inside are Carli. The tuning inside is Carli. The shock body length, the rod end, the hose length, the reservoir, everything about it is custom designed by us to our print. So, yes, it's a King shock. Yes, you're getting the product quality from King. You're also getting the Carli stuff, the Carli tuning inside, the Carli spec on the shock, and we also oversize all of our shock shafts to a larger one, so like our 2.5s actually run the full 7/8 diameter shock shaft, and we have them manufactured out of 17.4 stainless for us. So it's a much more resilient shock shaft. So, yeah, if you're looking to go King, it's going to be a quality of King that you've never run before.
Oh, I'm excited then. And then do I have some options with the King? Because I normally like to get my Kings with a black, the body of the shock black, chrome King sticker, and then, what did I do? I did a chrome King, and then the reservoir was black with a chrome
I recommend
King sticker.
Against that. We can do whatever you want. That's a King thing. King hates to chrome because chrome is temperature sensitive. So if you get those shocks hot enough by driving them down the freeway, it will look like an oil stain. So they tend to shy away from chrome plating the bodies, but they will do it if you absolutely make them do it. What I always recommend is exactly what you said, black body, if you want to go something custom. And yes, we can get the bodies black Cerakoted. We can get all the aluminum, red, green, gold, whatever you want.
You got to do the aluminum King blue, baby. So that's that. You got to do it that way. So I would do black. Yeah,
what a lot of guys do is they'll do a black body, and then they'll do they'll do anodizing on both the reservoir and on all the billet that's blue. So you just get a blue anodized reservoir too. And then you could get they have the new aluminum stickers where it's like a chrome and blue sticker to go over the anodized reservoir. And that looks,
that's exactly what I did before.
That looks well, and they just came out with those stickers no more than when I did mine, which was a little over a year ago. So these are a brand new sticker. It's not like a foil sticker. These are actually like an extruded aluminum sticker.
Oh, okay. No, I had the foil, like, chrome-looking sticker.
Yeah, no, these ones look kind of like those, but it's an actual, like, sheet of aluminum that they chrome-plated and then powder-coated. It's a really, really cool touch. The bodies are usually like $150 a piece because they Cerakote them. So that's going to add, $600 to the cost. The anodizing on the reservoirs is usually around $60 to $70 a piece. And then the chrome stickers or whatever are like $30 a piece.
Okay, and then let me ask this. If I have my stock truck, I'm driving it, I throw the Carli kit on with the Kings, 37s, I do the maxed out, every little option from, I'm sure, your ladder, all the stabilizers and everything. Is my truck going to run better than it ran before, or it is going to be stiffer because it's a lifted truck? Talk to me on ride quality.
So better is a subjective term to each person that asks it. Some guys want more control. Some guys want more plushness. It really depends on what you're after. So the whole point is it's going to be both more plush and massively more controlled. The kit that you want, let's be honest, it's a King shock. That one is made to go more in the dirt. If we were doing the backcountry, which is the 2.0 Foxes, those are not quite the quality of the King shock, but we designed those to be lighter. So they're going to be a little bit softer on road, where the Kings, off-road, these are the trucks that were performance guys. You could load your truck up with 2,000 pounds in the bed and go do hard drifts around, lease roads if you wanted to, and, go get some air under the tires. That's what that shock is designed to do. It still rides better than stock does on the road, because, if you do everything that we offer here, radius arms, full leaf springs in the back, you're reducing all spring rates, and you're putting the control into the shocks. And those shocks we have full control over. So we could even lighten up the tuning if you wanted to. But the thing is... Go ahead.
If you're telling me it's 1% better than stock, I'm happy. That's all that matters.
I'm telling you it's 100% better than stock.
Okay. So we're good there. So now we've established all that. You know what my circumstances are. You know what I'll be towing, so on and so forth. build out my kit now. How do we do? By the way, can I purchase this from you? Am I talking to the wrong person at that point for purchasing?
You would almost have to. If not, I would connect you with somebody that you would buy it from, because technically we don't sell direct here. But the thing is, if you're doing a custom King order, I need to kind of be able to control. I would basically have to put you in contact with a dealer where you would buy it from them, they would install it for you, and I would have to make sure that they had all the pricing for the custom Kings. So
yeah, I'd rather just buy it from you if that's okay. Make it simple.
Do you have somebody to install it for you? Or are you doing it yourself? I'm
gonna do it myself. I'm good.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if that's the case, then we can get that done, no problem at all. And that full kit would be $77.10. My guess is with how much you're towing, you're going to want airbags in the back. We're not done with that kit yet, but we're going to be. When those are done, they'll probably be around $900.
Dan, do me a favor. I'm just pulled up I'm picking up some electrical parts, and then I'll be back on the road for 45 minutes. Could you call me back in 5 minutes so we can hash out the whole order?
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that.
Or I can call you right back and just hit 1 for customer service and ask for you in 5 minutes. What's better?
I can give you my direct line. Let's go ahead and do that, and I'll try to stay off the phone for 5 minutes, which is not an easy thing to do.
All right, let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I got direct line. Okay, go for it.
951-208-7487.
All right, Dan. I'm calling you back in 7 minutes tops.
Sounds good, Alex. Talk to you then.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye.
See ya.